all starts Monday at 8 on Fox 5.
Sheri Sanders is an actor, singer, and rock musical audition coach. She teaches Rock the Audition at Pace University and has written a new book of the same title. She's had countless students realize their musical theater dreams on Broadway and around the world, and she joins me now. Thank you so much for being here, Sheri.
Hey, Ty.
All right, so where did you get the idea for your book?
Well, it's interesting because I've been a musical theater performer my whole life, and I could do anything that you put in front of me with, you know, a little bit of research and rehearsal. But I'm somebody who also loves rock music. I love pop music, anything off the radio too. So when the musical theater community started to go from legit musicals into rock musicals, I was doing great, but my whole community went into a state of panic and terror. So
well, you would think, well, these people are great actors and singers, so why is it so different?
Well, what's interesting is that there is no formal training in auditioning for rock musicals. So what we know is that a rock song off the radio has very different storytelling than musical theater stories tell. They're more emotional stories than they are plot-driven stories. So what ended up happening is when people started asking for rock songs to be sung at auditions, nobody knew how to tell that kind of a story. But because I did, because I've been growing up with rock music my whole life, that's when I decided to go, I'll help.
Okay.
You know?
So what do you tell people when they go in for that kind of audition?
That's such a great question. Well, the first thing that you need to understand is you are not here to move a plot. You are there to have an emotional experience and capture the essence of what the music off the radio does to you. So, for example, when you sit there and you listen to the radio, the performer who's singing, they're not telling you a story, they're not showing you how they feel, they're having an emotional experience. So the idea is, can you come into the room and can your emotional experience give the people behind the table an emotional experience, just like you want to give the audience an emotional experience. So, but the more important thing, I think, is for rock auditions, well, for legit musical theater auditions, you sing a piece of a 16 or 32 bar cut piece of a legit musical theater song from a show. But with a rock musical, you have to sing a rock song. So therefore, the artist is responsible for picking, cutting, interpreting, musically styling, and acting a song off the radio. So I think those are fundamentally the differences.
All right, and you know, what are some mistakes people make, or with the bigger mistake? What is the biggest mistake people make? Right?
Well, I think the biggest mistake probably has to do with when, one of the examples is when I sat in and watched the auditions for American Idiot. And I could see, you know, from when the person was performing what the whole process was. They would say, oh my God, there's an audition for American Idiot tomorrow, I gotta get a rock song. And so they'd maybe pick one, sing it in the shower, sing it in the mirror, you know, in there.
We think we know these songs already.
Yeah, well, I know this song. I heard it on the radio. I've sang it at karaoke. So I can do this, you know. And the problem is that people think it's American Idol sometimes, and it's not. You have to treat it with the same kind of respect you would treat a legit musical theater song. You have to rehearse it with a piano player. You have to study the style and capture the essence of
preparation, even if it's rock and roll. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being here, Sheri Sanders, and you can find more information on Sheri and also all of today's performances and people on myfoxny.com. And that is all for today's show. I'm Ty Hernandez. Join us here next week on Good Day Street Talk. And until then, get out there and enjoy some local theater.